All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, very excited to be talking to an individual who is competing at the next Misfits event, which transpires on November the 9th. The Women's Cruiserweight Championship will be contested for as Jully Poca takes on Monica Medina. And great having Monica back on. I was going to say the program. I usually talk to you on bare-knuckle Bowker, but we're putting the gloves on now. So just in any event, great talking to Monica. How are you doing?
I'm great. Great. How are you?
No, I'm great too. And just, yeah, real quick, wanted to give you a happy belated birthday. Not super recent per se. I guess we're, a few days, bit over a week out from it now, but figured I'd give you the tip of the cap and the happy birthday and all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's cool. I saw BKB had kind of wished you, celebratory post in that kind of regard too, and designating you as the women's lightweight champion, which obviously great things done in BKB, and just also cool heading into an attempt to win gold in another combat sport. It would seem like an exciting time for you.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. I've been wanting to box with the gloves on, and they hit me up about this fight. So it just so happens to be for the belt. So extra, a little bit of extra sauce on the end of that
Yeah.
one.
And how did it all come together then? Like, when did you, I guess, get reached out to for the offer? And like, how did it all fall into place? Because, like you said, it seemed like it was something you wanted to do for a while. So, like, when did the offer kind of formally get on your radar there?
Oh man, it was not too long ago. I'd say less than 2 weeks ago, actually. I got hit up about boxing. They asked me if I wanted to, and I was like, oh, it's kind of short notice. And then they were like, look, Misfits, fight for the belt, blah 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 blah. And I was like, all right, whatever, sign me up. So it's probably about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it seems like the excitement is there for sure, just in terms of like getting the chance to be like a, multi-sport world champion in both gloved and bare knuckle boxing and whatnot. Like, was Misfits a particular circuit that you found yourself kind of like, I guess, drawn towards? Like, I guess as you were thinking about pursuing a boxing opportunity, like, was the thought that it would be under, I guess, like the Misfits banner specifically, or because it seems like they're making waves recently?
Yeah, I actually had talked to Jenny Savage a couple months ago because I knew she fought for them, and I asked her, how to get in with them, and she gave me some connections, but I never hit anybody up. It was just kind of something that was maybe in the works because I have a bare knuckle fight in January, which will probably be my last bare knuckle one. So I was thinking maybe after I finish with the bare knuckle doing that, and then Misfits actually they hit me up, so I had to jump on it. And the timing was right, a couple months out from my bare knuckle fight, so just kind of happened to be Misfits, and I think that's really cool because they're cool people.
That's interesting. I mean, what's going into, I guess, the mindset with that next one being the final bare knuckle fight? Because, like I said, you're a former lightweight champion. You've fought high level champion fighters at featherweight, etc. I mean, great body of work for sure. I guess what's the thought process, etc., behind, I guess it's not hanging it up. You're not hanging up gloves per se, but just in terms of that being the swan song from bare knuckle, like what's the thought process behind that and everything?
Well, some people know, everybody doesn't know. I'm a grandma now. My daughter had a kid 4 months ago, so a lot of Monica's life revolves around being a grandma to my baby. And just I don't know. I think I'm gonna fight a little next year, but the bare knuckle's just a little brutal. I don't want to have too many scars and all that good stuff. I love being a grandma, so I decided for the sake of my daughter, because she always begs me not to, and my grandson, that I'll do one more bare knuckle and then I'll be done. But I was like, I am gonna put the gloves on and box and possibly do a little bit more MMA. So, but the bare knuckle, I told her I would stop just because it scares her, and I do have a grandbaby, and I love that kid so much. So we're stopping for him.
Yeah, and it's great that you said that. That was kind of, I guess, be another piece of what I was going to mention insofar as like it seems like a great time for you. Like I saw you had that post about being in your grandma era and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just incredible. Love to see that baddest grandma in the fight game.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild, I didn't expect to be a grandma at 40 years old, but it's awesome, And he's gonna be at my last bare knuckle fight for sure. He'll be like 6 months old watching grandma thump some heads.
Yeah, and it's cool to, I guess, go out on those terms and the, family piece, like fitting within your, I guess, daughter's wants and stuff like that. Just really cool stuff. And also cool to hear there's a certain openness for maybe even some more gloved boxing and some MMA fights as you were seeing. So it doesn't seem like the chapter is fully closed as far as like other competitive combat sports you could get into.
Yeah, no, no way. I kind of want to do a little bit of everything. And so far, I've done everything except for gloved boxing. The only other thing out there, I guess, is karate combat. I haven't done that. But other than that, I've done everything, MMA, bare knuckle MMA, the bare knuckle boxing. This will be the gloved boxing, just touching on everything. And then we'll hang it up eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get some MMA action going there. I saw you got your black belt somewhat recently, so you got to show off that part of the skill set once again too, I would think.
Dang it. Dang it. I guess I do. I guess I do. I tried to be a brown belt for life, but my coaches were not going to allow that. So,
Yeah, no, but what a journey though. I mean, 12 years, great ride. Just love to see that post with you and Mike Sanford and whatnot. I feel like that's a really great bare knuckle team. I mean, Alan Belcher also did great things from that team, former BKFC heavyweight champion. Mike Sanford did great things in game bred bare knuckle. I mean, you stand as a testament to that too. So yeah, a lot of great bare knuckle fighters from American top team and whatnot there, like your guys' chapter of it.
yeah, yeah, we got a lot of good guys here. I stepped away from this gym for a little bit, but I've been back full time with them for about the past year and a half or so. Feeling real good with the team. I think that's why I'm kind of like, maybe I'll get back into some MMA fights, after this, because I'm back with this solid team. Like you said, Allen's been there from day one. Mike has been there from day one. Super solid guys. They're not coming with me. I got a couple other guys coming with me. Mike has a fight actually next weekend, and Allen is cornering some guys down here this coming weekend when I fight. So they aren't coming, but they've been very vital in all of this.
And I guess how does it? I mean, obviously you're squarely focused on your particular fight and the considerations of that, but it just seems like a fairly big event they're doing. Like Andrei Arlovsky being a featured name, Ashton Silve, who was with MVP before, and it seemed like they were putting a lot of backing behind him. Like he's also fighting on this card. Like it seems like a big event overall, and I would imagine cool to be part of in that kind of vein.
Yeah, yeah. That's like when they put that fight card out, because I had no idea who was fighting. They asked me to fight. I didn't even ask who the person was. When I said yes, I was just like, whatever, sign me up. I'm fighting up a couple weight classes from where I normally do, so I have to cut zero weight. Feels great. Um, and then I saw the fight card, and I was like, this is pretty dope. I get to fight alongside some pretty cool people, in a cool place. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, and I mean, interesting to mention that for sure. And a tip of the cap taking on a challenge, above your natural weight category, and that kind of ties into something I was, I guess, curious to get your insights on because, I mean, Helen Peralta tried a similar thing in a bare knuckle context, fighting Jamie Driver multiple weight classes up, and kudos to her for even attempting something like that. But it's just such an interesting landscape because Peralta does have that Christine Faria win from before, but like Faria kind of found herself in a similar spot too when she fought Jessica Borgia, the BKFC featherweight champion, multiple divisions over and stuff like that. And obviously, like you have a great resume too, so you could kind of fit within this context as well. But I guess I just mean in the sense of like recent momentum, etc. Like I guess who do you think is the best women's bare knuckle fighter on the planet right now? Because it seems like Peralta, Driver, Faria, like they all kind of have their own cases in a certain regard. And like I said, you're very much in that conversation as well. But I guess just speaking to like the recent momentum piece, like, do you have any thought in that particular regard, like who you'd give that distinction to right now?
Oh, 1,000,000% it's Christine. It's yeah, Peralta beat her, but in my opinion, if they ever fought again, Christine would wipe the floor with her. And no disrespect to Peralta. Obviously, I fought her, she finished me. But I just think Christine is just levels above everybody, fight IQ to just toughness to everything. Like she's definitely the it.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, two great fighters and whatnot. I guess I just figured
Yeah.
I'd get your insights into it just because you're a champion fighter in bare knuckle and would have, great insights. And within that great trilogy with BKB lightweight champion Patty Juarez, and she recently won the rematch that she had with BKB super lightweight champion Courtney Cameron, who tried to become a two division champion and claim her lightweight title there. I guess what were your thoughts on that kind of recent fight from Patty Juarez, just considering your own familiarity with her in the Trigon?
Man, I'm happy for her. You know, she's such an awesome person. You know, I was rooting for her. I honestly, I'd love to fight her again because I want that last one back. You know I won the first one. You know, I won the title from her, and then I lost in Denver. Would love to fight her again, but that's not going to happen in my last one. But I'm super happy for her. She's such a cool person. You know, I'm glad she won, and you know, I look forward to watching her fight again.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I guess like my natural curiosity there, and it could be like a thing the promotion is going to formally announce. Like, do you have the specific opponent and etc. lined up for this last bare knuckle fight? Like, I know you said January as far as the date and etc. But do you have like a specific opponent lined up? Like, you don't necessarily have to divulge it if the promotion's going to put it out per se.
Yeah.
But do you like
No,
know some of these? Yeah.
no, they haven't given me a name. I don't know if I'm fighting at 125, 135. They haven't said anything. They just said they were going to be here in Biloxi January 9th. So I said, well, you know, that's my hometown. Sign me up. That'll be the last one with you guys. It's the last fight on my contract. So it's a good one to just end the bare knuckle career with. So I have no idea who it is. I don't care who it is. You know, I fight whoever. They always give me the tough people anyway. So just line them up, sign them up. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I hear you for sure. And kind of within that context, like speaking to the opponent you're about to fight. I mean, you mentioned, a heavier kind of competitor, like weight classes above where you're at. But I guess in terms of like, and not even to like phrase it in any kind of way per se, but in terms of like the influencer boxer kind of combatants, I feel like she's probably one of the more standout women on that circuit. Just wins over people like Elle Brooke and Crystal Pittman and everything like that. Like, what are your thoughts on your opponent's skill set and resume heading into this upcoming fight here?
Oh man, much respect to her. Like I watched her fights. I think she's tough. I think she's gonna hit hard. Um, but I don't think it's anything I haven't seen before. You know, I fought some tough ass people. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. Hopefully she doesn't underestimate me because I'm coming with everything I got.
Do you get the sense that she's underestimating you, or you're saying that as like a general kind of sentiment, I guess?
I don't know if she is or not. You know, I have no clue. Just saying. You know, hopefully she seen what I've done. You know, yeah, I got a lot of losses. You know, I've got a lot of wins. None of that matters to me at the end of the day. I don't go in there like, oh my God, I gotta win this fight. I don't care. I just want to show up. I want to put on a fucking show. And, you know, if I get that belt at the end, that's just extra.
No, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I just love, I guess, like combing over your resume and stuff like that. And even referencing some past interviews we've done, it just really shows like how game you are for so many, I guess, different forms of combat sports. Like I thought it was cool you were on that inaugural DBX card, and it seems like that keeps growing event by event, like Mike Perry
Yeah.
and John Jones being involved in that. And yeah, just what was
Yeah.
that whole experience like, just fighting in dirty boxing and just what they've been able to kind of do since?
Yeah, that was really cool. That inaugural event that was like private or whatever, man. That was like some underground shit right there. It was super cool to be a part of that, you know. And for me, it's just like to be a part of all these different things. When I started this entire journey, it was literally to lose weight, you know. Started in all of this just to lose weight, and then 12 years later, I feel like I've done a lot of things that I definitely had no intentions of doing. So pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I even remember specific to like your Game Bred FC run, like you had the most bare knuckle MMA fights of any woman in their history. So, yeah, pretty incredible to look at some of these different things through that kind of lens, like you said, where it was just like a weight loss journey, like get your, fitness on track. So, just, yeah, really an incredible kind of thing. Like, was there like a defined, I guess, like epiphany moment for you almost where it kind of graduated from like a weight loss thing to like, I would like to do some competitive combat sports here and take it in that kind of lane?
No, actually, I said no when they asked me to train, and the name Jason Knight probably rings a lot of bells to everybody. I tell everybody the story. That's how I got started fighting. Is he physically was like, get in here and train. and grabbed me because I lost like 50 pounds, and they had one female that was fighting and training out of the gym. And they wanted somebody to train with her, and they kept telling me, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not going to get punched. And he literally put me in the cage and got on top of me and mount and just started punching me and was like, you better fucking hit me back or I'm going to kick your ass. And that was my first day training MMA. And 4 months later, I took a fight. That's kind of how it started. But I said no for the longest. I was like, nah, I'm just here to do some kickboxing, lift some weights until he punched me in the mouth. And I was like, oh, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, I guess there's that certain kind of like thought process with the whole thing, just like the I guess built up idea in your head of what it's going to be like, kind of like taking a shot or it being like more of a competitive kind of thing
Yeah.
as opposed to like an individual weight loss kind of thing. So yeah, that is kind of a curious
Yeah.
thing. Jason definitely a character for sure. I've spoken to him a few times over the years and great lad, but that's a funny anecdote.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy's a mess. He's a mess. I can't. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool that you mentioned the desire to like want to do more MMA fights potentially because definitely have fought some big people in the MMA world as well. And one of those individuals, Tracy Cortez, has a pretty big fight coming up against Aaron Blanchfield. Like, did you have any particular thoughts on their UFC 322 fight that's coming up later this month?
Honestly, no. I don't honestly don't even follow the UFC too much. I'm a very, very busy person. So I honestly I don't follow it too much. The one person that I really do follow in MMA or in the UFC that I fought was Jully and Roberson. I enjoy watching her because I think she's going to be a champ one day. So she's probably the only one that I actually like follow in MMA. I watch UFC fights here and there, but I can't say that I follow it as much as I used to anymore.
No, I hear you. It's probably just like a different, priorities in life kind of situation, just pouring your time into different things. I mean, like you said, you're a
That
grandmother and
grandbaby,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
grandbaby.
Yeah, no, a great point with
Yeah,
Jillian
I spend a
Robertson.
lot of time at the gym, like Monday through Friday.
Is that gonna be maybe like a piece of it too? Like, I mean, do you find yourself, I guess, like paying your knowledge forward to like other people in the gym? Like you talk about how present you are in the space. Like, is it kind of like you're, I guess, pouring into it in that kind of way, like helping shape other people's journeys and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. Right now, I currently teach a lot of fitness classes. I'm a personal trainer, so I have clients. But I just keep talking to all the girls that do like the jujitsu and stuff. And after this fight, or maybe after January, I'm gonna start a women's only like fight class and start coaching some of the girls. I have a team up in Hattiesburg. There's a few girls up there. One girl in particular that's a pro. So I help coach her. So yeah, my next part of this journey is going to be, diving into full-time coaching. I love training with the guys and kind of working with the guys, but I really, really want to coach like females in fighting because it's just so different, you know.
Yeah, that would be a great thing to kind of pour your time into and stuff like that. So love to hear that. But yeah, that was cool that you mentioned the Jillian Robertson piece as well. And she's got a fight coming up somewhat soon, her December 13th fight against Amanda Lemos. Like she was supposed to fight Yasmin Lucindo, but that since got canceled. Like, is that a fight that you're going to be maybe carving out some time to see that Robertson versus Lemos fight coming up on December 13th?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I really enjoy watching her fight. She's awesome. And like I said, I really do feel like she's going to be the champ one day. So I do actually try to make sure I always tune in whenever she's fighting. She's so damn exciting. I love it.
Yeah, no, definitely a very exciting combatant, as you said. And yeah, always good to see some Canadians making big waves in combat sports. So she kind of waves the flag for where I'm from and stuff like that. So love to, kind of see that piece and everything. But yeah, no, that's cool that you kind of have that dynamic with Robertson and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I fought some tough ass people, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'd be curious to get your thoughts on this. Like maybe you have a particular viewpoint on it, maybe not, just because it's kind of been like a topical thing recently with, Andrew Tate now being in a power position with Misfits Boxing and the old role that KSI seem to have. And it seems like he has a fight coming up under the Misfits banner by year's end. Like, do you have any particular thoughts on any of that, like his involvement in Misfits now and etc., or maybe not so much?
Nah, 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 none. Boo, Monica, you don't have any answers for that. No, I know. I don't have
No,
any thoughts on it. Yeah,
no. I mean, I guess based on different interviews we've done before, I kind of figured that wouldn't be the case, but it's like a topical thing. So I figured I'd just kind of put it out there. I presumed that was probably going to be the leaning there, but yeah, no, just cool to see you get this opportunity coming up all the same
for
and
sure.
everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited that my name was thrown out there, and Dean Tool actually hit me up about it. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I guess that speaks to your broader body of work, like Dean Tool's involvement with Game Bread, Bare Knuckle, and etc. And yeah, no, it's just kind of cool. It's like a kind of small community, the combat sports space and stuff like that. Like it's a 6 degrees of separation kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been great getting to talk to you, Monica. Super exciting fight coming up here, and yeah, a lot of interesting information. The Swan Song and Bare Knuckle in January and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely very exciting times, and I appreciate you making time today to come on Bowks Talking Bouts. But I figured I'd give you the floor in case you maybe had a final parting thought you were wanting to add as we're wrapping up here.
I just want to thank everybody that supported me over the years. It's been a crazy journey. Like I said, something that I never expected to happen, but obviously this is what I was meant to do, and I'm very very excited to get this opportunity. And everybody tune in. I think we're fighting on Sunday afternoon. Kind of weird to fight on a Sunday, but hey. So everybody tune in. I'm coming. I'm bringing the heat, and maybe by the end of that thing, we'll have and new.
It's gonna be awesome. Cool to check out this Misfits boxing card coming up November 9th. And yeah, awesome fight with Jully Poca. And yeah, credit to you for going up in weight to try to claim yet another championship in a different combat sport. But again, to reiterate, thank you for the time today, Monica. All the best with, fight week and everything like that kind of playing out. And yeah, thanks so much and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. You have a good one too.